Okay guys, so this quick video here is in response to a question that I'd received concerning Lunk. Some people had asked if I'm still bullish on Lunk and if this Lunk pump will continue. And the short answer is yes, I'm most definitely still very bullish on Lunk. You see, but whenever it comes to Lunk, I would think with majority of the coins that are out there, much depends on Bitcoin, unfortunately, what Bitcoin is doing. So first, let's quickly jump into the charts here to see if we can decide and figure out what Bitcoin is up to first. And then we'll go right over to the Lunk charts. So this is Bitcoin on the daily, guys. And as I've highlighted, as I've illustrated to you guys in my previous upload, Bitcoin is still in a bear flag on the daily and also on the weekly as well. And it's been trading within this bear flag channel for a number of days. It has reached almost at the top of the channel here, and it appears to be rolling over. However, I don't know if it's going to use this purple line right here as support and continue on to pump up to 85,000. I don't know, perhaps it may do that or it may not do that. No one's entirely sure as to when it's going to break this bear flag. One thing is for sure though, and this is what you need to understand. Unless they come up with something to create a spike from the current level that is currently at, because they can most definitely do it. They can manipulate the price further. They can come up with something that will cause it to pump up further to into the 80s and even into the 90s. They have the power to do that. So unless they do something that will cause Bitcoin's price to pump higher, one thing is for sure, it is at some point going to break out of this very bearish trend that it's currently in, out of this bear flag. And it's going to roll over and break out of the bear flag, which is below this blue line here. And once it does that, it's going to come all the way back down to 60, and it's going to take out 60, guys. So you guys need to understand that. So that is Bitcoin on the daily. Now, this is it on the weekly. As you guys can see for yourself, it's on a steady incline. Right now, it has ran into this. I wonder if I can maximize this. So it's on the weekly and it ran perfectly into this purple line, as you guys can see right there. So it's currently using 81,800 as a resistance right at this purple line. And let me minimize it back. Now, if it fails to get above this purple line and start to close candles above it, that's it for Bitcoin, guys. It's going to new lows. It's literally going to come back down to 60 and it's going to take out 60. That's if it fails to get above this purple line that is currently using as resistance. Very heavy resistance, as I've mentioned to you guys, based off of this candle right here and over here as well. Very strong resistance. If it fails to break this resistance here, guys, every trader, I believe, would know what's coming next, because it's going to roll over and it's going all the way back down here. It's going to break out of this bear flag, and it's most definitely going to take out 60,000. Now, as regards the monthly, let me show it to you on the monthly. Okay, guys, so this is Bitcoin on the monthly charts, and I'm going to go ahead. Let's see first if we can get rid of these. Let me get rid of these blue line. Okay, get rid of that and this. Okay, so let me go ahead and maximize it so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And this is very important. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the monthly time frame. As you guys can see, all of these candles, I think it was from March, it has been using this purple line here as resistance. And the higher the time frame, the more powerful it is. So it's been getting rejection these past 3 months, including this one. So we're on this month and we see that it pierced it You guys see it right here? In this month of May, it went ahead and pierced it, but it was subsequently sold off. It was sold off, guys, after it had pierced it. I mean, we're still early in the month. We're just, today is the 13th. Today is Wednesday, the 13th. So we still have a ways to go before the end of the month, but still, if it continues to remain beneath this purple line and even closing this monthly candle anywhere lower, kind of like a hammer candle or even a bearish hammer candle like this one, it would spell bad news. It would be like a double confirmation. As a matter of fact, all of these candles closing beneath this purple line all of them are acting as confirmation that Bitcoin is getting ready to roll over, because it's currently getting rejected beneath this line right here. All three of these monthly candles right here is telling you that it is ready to go lower. That's what they're telling you, that Bitcoin is gearing up in preparation to roll over, to go lower, and to take out 60,000. So come at the end of the month, which is, what is it, 2 weeks from now, at the end of this month, it's very important that we pay attention to where this candle is going to close. If it proceeds to pump above this purple line and then close above it, yay, you see, because Bitcoin is going to flip. That would indicate that Bitcoin has flipped bullish on the monthly time frame. However, if at the end of this month, Bitcoin proceeds to close anywhere beneath this purple line, as it's been doing this whole time, then what? What do we know? We know that it's going to crash further, because that would be very, very bearish, because that would then be 3 monthly candles closing beneath. So we know that it's going to go lower. And as I said, unfortunately, it affects all the other coins, including Lunk. But let me pull up Lunk. Regardless of that fact, I'm still pretty bullish on Lunk, even regardless of how Bitcoin looks. I'm still very bullish on Lunk. Okay, so this is Lunk on the daily charts. And we see that it had that step formation going up, even as our brother had mentioned that he saw in his dream. And the question now arises, the question now is this that formation that our brother had mentioned, Mr. Evans, of the step formation and then a hard crash? I would say, we can't entirely rule that out. It's not at all impossible. It could be what's playing out. But as for myself personally, I am still bullish, and I wouldn't be selling out of Lunk. You say, why? Why wouldn't you be selling out of Lunk? Let me show you. It's pretty simple. Lunk has now broken out above this blue line that I've put up here, out of that protracted wedge formation, that bearish wedge formation, right? And from the moment that it did that, what has been confirmed is that it's now in a new cycle. Cryptos in general, every cryptocurrency, they move in cycles. So we're in a new cycle based off of these candles right here that is broken out of this long protracted bearish wedge. So this new bull cycle, this is only just the beginning. And in the bull cycles, in the pumps, you're going to have pullbacks. Even as I've told you guys, I've been calling for this pullback. I think I mentioned it in my previous video about Lunk, that we need a red weekly candle, because nothing goes straight up. Look at this, guys. Look at these, how many, is it around 6 green weekly candles for Lunk. And so I knew that this red candle was coming. You see, it doesn't surprise me at all. I'm very much well aware and was expecting this red candle, and that's pretty normal. Very, very normal. So that is the reason why I wouldn't be selling, because we're basically at the start of another bull cycle. And the bull cycle, you will have a lot of pullbacks. You will have a lot of pumps and a lot of pullbacks. And what you guys need to understand is that the pullbacks are normal. Especially for you guys that are new, don't let these red candles shake you out of the markets. You end up missing out and losing whenever you do that. So all you have to do is just hold. Hold and set your higher sell orders up around the 1 cent area, because I personally do believe, I almost can say that I know, almost, guys, I can almost tell you that I know, but I personally believe strongly that we're at the start of this 1 cent move for Lunk. Regardless of the fact that if Bitcoin were to head down to 50 grand, we may have Lunk reacting with Bitcoin as well, and it may have a fake out to the downside. Why it would be a fake? It would be an obvious fake out. In essence, it would be what we call in the crypto sphere a bear trap, which means that it would act as if it's about to crash when it's actually a fake out. So it would have a fast dip reacting to the Bitcoin crash, looking something like this, coming down, only to snap back really fast, really fast, very violently, and coming up and taking out this candle, perhaps taking this one out and coming all the way up to one of the numbers I've told you guys before at 3025. Because these price points that I've told you guys about, it's definitely coming up here. It doesn't matter how or when. I know that it's coming up here, guys. You see, at the 3018, at the top of this candle right here, I know it's coming up here. And then afterwards, it's coming right up here as well. 3025. And once you see Lunk gets up to these areas up here at the point 302, I wouldn't be selling any of my Lunk if I were you. I mean, none of what I'm saying is financial advice, but this is what I'd be doing. I would be holding, because the FOMO for Lunk hasn't even started yet. You haven't seen anything. The pump for Lunk hasn't even started yet. And whenever, I believe that the FOMO is going to kick in once it clears this area. You see, and the majority of the whales starts to pouring into Lunk. And it's going to take out another zero much faster than it took out this one down here. Way faster. I believe that's going to take out 2 zeros at warp speed, guys. Very fast. So I wouldn't be thinking to sell any of my Lunk. That is, if I were you guys. I wouldn't be selling any of my Lunk, because like I just mentioned, even if Bitcoin were to start crashing towards that 49K that I've been expecting, yes, there's a possibility that Lunk may react with it and some people may panic and start to sell off. But that sell off, mark my words, and please understand, it will be a fake out. It would be a bear trap, you see. And you don't want to get shaken out of the markets right as Lunk is getting ready to pump. Just hold and do not be fearful. The ones that hold for the long term, they're the ones that are going to take the most advantage of these pumps. You see, and this pump for Lunk. So that's all you guys need to do. So guys, I really do hope that answers your question in regards to Lunk. Much depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently still struggling. It's still fighting resistance as hard as it can. Will it win that battle? Will it proceed to pump above this purple line here? That would be good for Lunk, because then it would continue on with its bullish momentum that it began a couple weeks ago. But like I just stated, either way, guys, either way, I'm holding on to my Lunk. And this red candle that we're having here on the weekly is not at all unusual. This is pretty normal. I expected it, and it's better this way. We can't have all of these green candles stacking up like that. We can't have too many of them. Otherwise, it's going to become unsustainable, and we don't want that at all. We want a healthy pump. We want it to pump, consolidate, even as it's doing now, and then continue to pump higher. And as I just stated, I may not be able to tell you when, but I know that it's going to come up here. Now, I think it's from tomorrow, the 14th, going into the 1st of June, was that time period that was prophesied by our sister there from Miracles in the Mud. So it's around that time period, we're coming into that window where it is prophesied for Lunk to take off. It's a period. It's actually a period of time, a window lasting starting from around tomorrow, which is the 14th, going into around the first part of June. So we can expect something that will be the catalyst, which I'm pretty sure that is coming. It's going to cause Lunk to explode, and I'm expecting it, guys. And either one of the scenarios can play out, even as I've shared the scenarios with you guys as well. Either Bitcoin crashes down to 49K, then have a rebound, and then Lunk will follow suit as well, have a tiny sell-off, just a small sell-off, but a very quick snapback, because it's not going to stay. It's going to be bought up within minutes. It's going to be bought right back up and take out whatever highs it currently or it recently had, and it's going to do it very, very fast. Either it's going to happen that way, or the governments are going to, I don't know, maybe they pass the Clarity Act. Who knows? I don't know how it's going to play out, guys. And then Bitcoin breaks above its resistance that it's fighting so hard. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and watch it together to see how it's playing out. I told you, what my position is. I'm not selling. The idea behind these coins is to buy them low and ride them up to the prophetic price points, because Lunk is currently in a new bull cycle, and you need only just buy and hold. The same thing applies for Kishu, Inu, and all of these other prophetic coins. You buy them low and hold for the long term. That's how you profit the most out of them. So I hope that I've given you some clarity and have answered the questions that you guys have asked. And I think that's it. That's it for this video. You guys now please take very good care of yourselves. Peace, shalom. Until next time.